That night, the crystal chandeliers of Sir Yoon Astor Grand Hotel shimmered across the cream marble walls, scattering 1,000 tiny reflections. A navy blue satin banner reading Grand Opening hung above the stage, surrounded by elegant white lilies. Rows of seats below were filled with executives, investors, and reporters. It was the Park family's night, the proud owners of the property conglomerate Sir Yoon Holdings. On the partnership side, the Jeon family attended as well, the owners of Hanul Engineering and Construction Hanuli NC, Sir Yoon's longtime partner in hospitality projects. At the edge of the ballroom stood Yin, 22 years old, a senior university student who was supposed to be finishing her thesis but had been too busy staring at the notifications from her advisor on her phone. Her champagne-colored satin gown hugged her frame perfectly, her hair tied in a low bun with a few loose strands framing her soft face. From a distance, she could see her parents laughing politely with other guests, nodding with effortless grace. But her eyes weren't on the stage or the small orchestra playing Moon River. Her entire attention centered on one man in a white tuxedo, standing tall and composed as he spoke with two directors, his voice calm, steady, and undeniably charismatic. Jungkook, 27, the young CEO of Hanuli NC, business partner, and if their families had their way, her future husband. Yin didn't mind the idea at all. In fact, she'd secretly been in love with him for years. And when she found out Jungkook hadn't rejected the engagement plan, she had been over the moon. She took a quiet breath. Cold. That was the reputation he carried. Sharp, disciplined, and a man of few words. But for her, he always seemed to slow down just a little, as if inside his metronome, there was one beat reserved only for Yin. Her heels clicked softly on the marble floor as she began walking toward him. By the time Jungkook finished greeting one of the commissioners, Yin was already in front of him. "Good evening, Mr. CEO, she said with a playful smile dancing on her lips. Jungkook turned. The usual steel in his eyes, polished, impenetrable, softened ever so slightly. "Evening," he replied. Yin chuckled. "You're not gonna complain if I stand here, right? My parents are busy, and I'm kinda bored alone." "1 minute," he said simply, voice low and efficient, before glancing at another director approaching them. But his left hand moved subtly, gesturing for Yin to stand on his inner side, safe from the crowd's flow. Yin slipped her arm through his, the motion natural, as if she belonged there. Jungkook didn't pull away. He let her stay, continuing his business talk in a calm tone, while Yin smiled politely when the director gave her a brief nod of acknowledgement. Every now and then, Yin's fingertip brushed the back of Jungkook's hand, a tiny touch that seemed to say, "Hey, I'm here." Jungkook stayed composed, not even glancing at her, still focused on his conversation with the other executives. Yet the bones in his hand responded instinctively, tightening ever so slightly, forming a quiet, protective grip that only Yin could feel. "Yin," he murmured during a brief pause, "did you finish revising your methodology chapter?" As the others moved to greet new guests, Yin turned toward him, eyes wide. "You remembered? I heard your dad mention it in the family meeting yesterday. You're doing a multi-site case study, right?" "Yeah, 2 hotels. This one and another in Bizen. I might need a short interview with the project team," she said softly, her eyes lighting up. "If the CEO of Hanuli NC allows it, that would really help me." A faint smile tugged at Jungkook's lips. "Send me your questions. I'll set a schedule." Yin almost squealed in excitement, but instead, she rose slightly on her toes and straightened his tie. "Your tie's a little crooked," she murmured. Her fingertips traced the perfect Windsor knot, quick, light, and warm. Jungkook didn't move away. Instead, he lowered his head a little to make it easier for her. From that close, Yin could see her own reflection in his eyes, tiny and glowing. "Thanks," he said flatly, though the softened tone at the end made Yin's heart skip. It was the kind of subtle gentleness only she could detect. The event continued. Her father's speech filled the room, followed by a round of applause. Waiters pushed silver trolleys filled with petit fours and canapes. Yin's eyes sparkled as they landed on the dessert bar, like a child spotting a candy shop. "I'll get them for you," Jungkook said before she could ask, as if reading her mind. "Chocolate eclair or lemon tart?" "Both," she said quickly, and then, more shyly, "and maybe 1 pistachio macaron." Jungkook disappeared briefly and returned with a small plate, neatly arranged with all her choices. He held the plate. She held the fork. By the second bite of her eclair, a smear of cream ended up at the corner of her lips. Yin gasped softly, fumbling for a napkin. Before she could react, Jungkook extended a white linen handkerchief. "Slow down," he said, a simple word, but the way his eyes met hers made her cheeks flush. Yin wiped her lips and smiled sheepishly. Jungkook held the plate closer, as if anticipating her next bite. Thanks, Mr. Cold but kind CEO, she teased. Noisy, he replied softly, but his eyes softened. Can I steal the CEO for 5 minutes? Yin whispered after they had been standing together for quite a while. Use another word, Jungkook replied dryly, exhaling softly. Yin giggled. Okay, borrow for 5 minutes. She nodded toward a hallway leading to the executive lounge. I need to sit. My feet are protesting. Jungkook glanced at his watch, calculating quickly, then nodded. 5 minutes. Secretly, Yin was happy. No matter how cold he appeared, Jungkook always gave in to her small requests. The lounge was quieter, music softer. Yin sank gently onto the velvet sofa, exhaling in relief. Without thinking, she reached out and lightly took Jungkook's fingertips resting on his knee. You know, she said in a lower tone, I'm not nervous because of the guests. It's because you're here. Focus on your thesis, Jungkook reminded her, voice calm but not cold. He didn't pull his hand away, letting Yin play with his fingers one by one. I am focused, she pouted, but I'm allowed to be happy too, right? Jungkook's eyes softened on her. Are you happy now? Right now? Yin smiled. Very. Good. Jungkook leaned back slightly, still alert, but relaxed enough to really look at her. After your graduation, our families plan to talk about the date. The word date lit tiny fireworks in Yin's chest. She almost threw her arms around him, but remembered her 5-minute borrowed time and held back. Instead, she leaned forward to fix the edge of his shirt collar. You're not perfect if your collar keeps misbehaving, she murmured. Jungkook stayed silent, not pulling away, but his gaze was fixed on Yin's face, now much closer in front of him. Without realizing it, his eyes traced every detail of her features, her clear eyes, neatly shaped brows, long lashes, and small nose, until they stopped at her lips. Noticing Jungkook's gaze, Yin's heart skipped a beat, her cheeks grew warm, yet she tried to start another conversation between them. Jungkook, she whispered, almost afraid to break the moment. He murmured softly, his eyes that had been focused on her lips now shifting back to meet her eyes. I like it when you're cold to the world, but a little warm to me. A little? His brow lifted slightly. I'd say I've been very patient and warm with you. Yin laughed, lightly tapping the back of his hand. Okay, more than a little. Jungkook didn't laugh. He just tilted his head slightly, a movement that to anyone else meant nothing. But to Yin it meant, I hear you. I'm letting you stay. Her hand found his again, fingers intertwining quietly. Silently, Yin smiled. She finally felt she was making progress, getting closer to him. Maybe he didn't love her yet. Yin knew his warmth was simply a form of acceptance of their arranged engagement, something agreed upon by their parents. But she believed that someday, Jungkook would truly fall in love with her, just like she already loved him deeply, endlessly, and always had. That morning felt like a fresh, perfumed page, thin, clean, and gleaming. In the Park family's hotel ballroom, Yin stood beside Jungkook. Her gown fell perfectly, and a light veil framed part of her hair. She was all bright smiles, the kind you could feel from across the room. She was truly, finally, officially a wife to the man she loved. Jungkook, in a flawlessly tailored tux, gave his usual faint smile. But behind that straight line, Yin sensed something steady, acceptance, quiet care, and the way he had held her hand a little tighter when they spoke their vows. After the reception, Jungkook brought Yin to his penthouse, a high-rise home with wide windows and the night sky spread out beyond them. As the door opened, a middle-aged maid sent by his mother greeted them with a warm smile. Jungkook usually lived here alone, but from now on, the maid would look after the home and their daily needs. Good evening, sir and ma'am. Starting today, I'll be here to help with the house and anything you need. Thank you, Jungkook said with a brief nod. Yin bowed sweetly. Please take good care of us. Their luggage was moved into the master bedroom, Jungkook's room, now Yin's too. It was spacious, neutral, and as tidy as Jungkook himself. Night crept in gently. After a shower, Yin came out in a soft cream satin pajama set, hair half dry and loose. Jungkook was sitting back against the headboard. The room is huge, Yin tried to lighten the mood. Feels like you? Calm, neat, a little cold. Jungkook glanced over, flat but not sharp. Cold? Yin grinned, a little. A beat passed, then the corner of Jungkook's mouth lifted. You still call me cold, even though I've been warmer with you. They both traded small smiles, awkward, but sweet. Before long, Jungkook turned off the main lights and left the bedside lamp glowing softly. They were both on the bed now. Yin worried her lower lip, nervous, but still a little spoiled. If I'm scared of the dark, can we turn on the bright light? She asked. Jungkook studied her for a moment. Why are you afraid? His voice was gentle. You won't be sleeping alone. I'm right here. Yin bit her lip again. Then, can I sleep a little closer? I don't want to feel like I'm alone. He paused, as if syncing his own breathing. Then a thin smile appeared. Come here, he said, patting the space beside him as he shifted to face her. Yin slid closer, lying on her side to face him. The space between them vanished. Their bodies mirrored each other. Is your pillow okay? Jungkook asked, voice low and unhurried. It's fine, but my hands are cold, Yin admitted, a tiny whine in her tone. Jungkook looked for a second, then took her fingers in his right hand, one by one, slowly, feeling that cold dissolve into his warmth. Still cold? He asked, almost a whisper. Much better, Yin murmured, cheeks warm but eyes bright. Thank you, Mr. Husband, she said softly, sounding sleepy and happy. Then Yin's breath hitched. Jungkook's other hand moved to smooth a stray lock at her temple and lingered a little longer than usual. The touch was steady, neat, and clear. Yin drew a small breath. She understood. It wasn't a blunt request, but the message was unmistakable. Her husband wanted closeness tonight. Jungkook's hand moved to her cheek. His thumb traced along her cheekbone, settling the tiny tremor he could feel. His gaze searched, not demanding, just waiting. Yin answered with a small, certain nod. She didn't want to refuse. How could she? She loved him deeply, and she hoped this moment would strengthen their bond and slowly help his love for her grow. Jungkook leaned in, slow enough that she could pull away if she changed her mind, but Yin stayed. Their lips met, light at first, a polite hello. Yin's eyes fluttered shut. Her heartbeat reached her fingertips. Jungkook drew back a breath's width to check, then leaned in again. Their second kiss was warmer, still calm. Yin's hand lifted, hesitant but earnest, to the firm line of his jaw. Jungkook answered by holding her a little closer, not tight, never rushed, just enough to make her feel safe. They found their own rhythm, unhurried kisses, shy smiles in between, foreheads brushing, a light peck on her brow before returning to her lips. Everything was soft, gentle, within tender bounds. At one point, Yin let out a small giggle when she accidentally misplaced a pillow while trying to get comfortable, and the intimate moment between them broke for a second, replaced by quiet laughter. Jungkook held back a laugh and helped slide the pillow into place, whispering, "Take it slow. We've got plenty of time." Yin nodded, eyes bright. In the warmth between them, her heart made the same quiet wish that love would take root in Jungkook's chest, even if it grew slowly. 3 hours later, as their breathing deepened and a sweet tiredness settled in, Jungkook pulled the blanket higher to keep Yin warm. He laced their fingers together again, giving a small squeeze that said, "I'm here." Yin squeezed back, her eyelids heavy now, but her chest light and warm. 3 months later, Jungkook slipped back into his CEO rhythm. Morning meetings, site inspections, quick lunches, non-stop calls, and late nights, always in a perfectly pressed suit. Yin? She chose a long break, watching dramas while snacking on frozen fruit, reading novels until dawn, and occasionally hanging out with her college friends. Her spoiled side didn't go anywhere. If she wasn't whining to her parents, she was whining to Jungkook. He never made a fuss. Whether she wanted to start at her father's company or stay home, it was up to her. As far as he was concerned, Yin could do whatever she wanted as long as she felt at peace. One night, just as Yin finished her sheet mask, her phone buzzed, a message from her mother-in-law. This weekend the whole family's getting together at the out-of-town villa. It's grandma's 85th. She doesn't want gifts, just time together. Yin immediately turned to Jungkook, who was closing his laptop beside her. Her eyes lit up with excitement. "Jungkook," she called softly, inching closer across the blanket. Jungkook glanced over, voice calm as ever. "Your extended family's meeting at the villa for grandma's birthday. Let's go, yeah?" Jungkook let out a short sigh, eyes half closed. "It's the weekend. I kinda want to sleep all day." Yin looped her arm through his and gave a gentle shake. "Please, mini getaway. Come on, mountain air, barbecue, cute photos, the whole family. I promise I won't mess with your rest. I won't make you wake up early for golden hour, okay? Maybe just once." Yin. "Yeah? You just asked me not to wake up early, then asked me to wake up early in the same sentence." Yin pulled a guilty cute face. Hee, slip of the tongue, she pouted, eyes big and round. "Please, for me. I want to see you with your family, not just with your board of directors." A beat of silence. Jungkook looked at her, expression flat, but with those tiny warm cracks Yin knew by heart. "What if I say no?" he asked evenly. "I'll keep whining till you give in," Yin said shamelessly, lips curling into a playful smile. And I'll spam you with puppy eyes stickers every 5 minutes even if you're busy at the office tomorrow. Jungkook pinched the bridge of his nose, half defeated. The corner of his mouth lifted a millimeter. Okay, we'll go. Yay, Yin threw her arms around him, nearly squashing his pillow. Conditions: 1 night only, and no photos at 6 a.m. Deal, Yin said, then whispered, how about 6:30? Yin, his gentle warning. Okay, 7, she said, grinning. Cool air greeted them as the car passed through the gate. The family villa sat on a hillside, with a long balcony facing a stretch of pine trees. Children's voices rode the wind, laughter, little squeals, and names being called. A few of Jungkook's cousins waved from the gazebo. Many were married now, their kids running around with toy cars and tiny kites. As soon as they got out, Yin smoothed her cardigan over her casual dress. Grandma first, she said, tugging Jungkook's hand, excited. In the living room, Grandma sat in a rocking chair with a light blanket over her lap, her silver hair pinned in a simple bun. Her eyes lit up the moment she saw them. Happy birthday, Grandma, Jungkook said, bowing politely, his voice softened on instinct. Yin crouched in front of her, taking the warm, wrinkled hands in both of hers. You look so beautiful, Grandma. Grandma chuckled. With that sweet mouth of yours, I swear I feel 5 years younger. They chatted for a bit. Jungkook's parents had arrived earlier and were already across the room, mingling with the aunts and uncles. After they'd dropped their luggage in the villa room, Yin and Jungkook headed down to join the cousins in the front yard. One cousin was holding a chubby-cheeked baby in a knit cap that covered wisps of hair. Yin's eyes lit up. Can I hold her? She asked, both hands already reaching out, excited. Sure, just be careful, the cousin said, passing the baby over gently. Yin took the baby, but she looked stiff. Her left arm sagged a little, and the baby's neck wasn't fully supported. Jungkook stepped in on instinct. Lift your left hand a bit, he said softly, slipping his hand under Yin's elbow to guide her. Support here. Yep, like that. Keep a hand on the shoulder so the neck doesn't tilt. Yin swallowed, nervous. Like this? Better, Jungkook said, giving a quick once-over before stepping back half a pace. The baby cooed, tiny fingers curling in the air. A few cousins drifted over, smiling at Yin's proud grin. Then, like at every family gathering, the inevitable question floated up. So, are you two planning to wait, or gonna try for a baby right away? For real, Grandma wants more great-grandkids, another cousin joked, only half kidding. Yin froze for a beat, eyes flicking to Jungkook. She forced a smile. Hee, we haven't really thought it through yet. The conversation drifted to other things, schools, marinade recipes, but the question stuck in Yin's head. When things loosened up a little, she edged closer to Jungkook and lowered her voice. So, what do you think? When? She asked carefully. I mean, about having a baby. Jungkook studied her face, long and calm. Whenever you're ready, he said. I'm not gonna push you, no rush. So, you think I'm not ready to be a mom right now? Yin pressed, wanting to know what he really thought. She suddenly understood why Jungkook always played it safe whenever they did that. A small pause. Jungkook didn't dodge it. I accept you as my wife just as you are. But to be honest, I'm worried you're not ready yet. He chose his words like stepping across river stones. It's not that you can't. It's that you're still finding a new rhythm. You still panic sometimes, a bit clumsy. You're also really spoiled, and caring for a child takes consistency. The words landed gently, but heavily. Yin gave a short nod. Oh, she looked down at the baby in her arms, then carefully handed her back to the mother. Thanks for letting me hold her. She smiled, too tidy a smile to hide the sting in her chest. So it was true. Jungkook's answer made it clear he doubted her as a mother. In his eyes, am I really not fit to be one? The thought pinched. It hurt that her own husband underestimated her. Quietly, Yin made a promise to herself. I'll show him I can. Before long, a 3-year-old girl named Jiu toddled up to her, with round cheeks, a little ribbon in her hair. Auntie, play? She asked, pointing at the bubble set on the table. Of course. Yin crouched to Jiu's height. Shall we start? Jiu nodded eagerly. Okay, let's blow some bubbles. Yin took her hand and led her to a quieter corner of the yard, a little away from the crowd. Blow really hard, Yin cheered. Phew. Jiu giggled as the bubbles drifted up. Yin laughed too, hands open and ready in case the little girl stumbled. They moved on to hopping across the round stepping stones. Jiu was thrilled, doing tiny jumps in tap-tap sandals. Easy, sweetie, one at a time, Yin reminded her. But 3-year-olds are little meteors. In a second, Jiu shot off after a bubble that the wind pushed toward a slop part of the yard near the stone steps. Yin followed, but Jiu's foot was already about to hit a slick rock. Jiu. Yin reached out, just a fraction too late. Before that tiny foot could slip, a quick hand shot in. Jungkook. He caught Jiu's arm from the side and lifted her away from the edge with precise, steady movement. Jiu startled, then gave a small pout. Jungkook looked over at Yin. His eyes weren't harsh, but there was a clear line of held-back irritation. "Don't take her to the slope," he said evenly, keeping his voice low. "If you're playing, stay on flat ground." Jungkook's gaze shifted to the cluster of his cousins, still busy chatting, oblivious to the danger that had nearly befallen Jiu. Then his eyes returned to Yin, colder this time. "You shouldn't play with little kids right now. You still can't keep them safe." Heat rushed to Yin's cheeks, not anger, but embarrassment. The words were true, yet they still stung. "Yeah, sorry." Jungkook exhaled slowly, set Jiu down, and patted her head. "Play over there, okay?" Jiu nodded, already over it, and ran back to her mother. Yin stared at the grass, swallowing down the words she wanted to say, but didn't trust her voice to carry. "So now I'm not even allowed to play with kids?" The thought scraped at her pride. She felt useless. "Yin," Jungkook called, softer this time. "Sorry, I didn't mean to put your niece in danger." Yin cut in, offering a tight smile. "I'm gonna head to the kitchen. I need a drink." She turned away before her eyes could well up. In the kitchen, she took a long breath, then went back out to the yard with a neutral face. Yin spent the rest of the afternoon mostly nodding and saying little. Jungkook glanced over at her a few times. Yin pretended to stay busy, flipping corn on the grill, stacking paper plates, and tying back the kids' hair. Everything neat, everything wordless. That night, the guest room was dim. Under the bedside lamp, Yin sat on the edge of the bed, back against the headboard, the blanket only over her knees. She stayed quiet, fiddling with the edge of the quilt. Jungkook came in, closed the door softly, and sat on the other side. After a few seconds of silence, he spoke gently, lowering his voice. "I'm sorry about earlier. I didn't mean to upset you or hurt you. I just don't want to take risks with someone else's kid. If her parents found out Jiu had almost fallen, it could be a real problem." Yin gave a small nod, eyes still down. Jungkook shifted a little closer. "Are you still upset?" he asked, even softer. Yin didn't answer. Her shoulders rose and fell slowly. "Yin," Jungkook coaxed, patient. "Look at me, hum." Not right away, but she finally lifted her face. Her eyes were glossy, her lips in a little pout. "I'm sad," she whispered. "When you said I'm not ready to be a mom, it made me feel like I can't do it. I feel insecure." Jungkook took a quiet breath and looked at her fully, his gaze calm and steady. He lifted his hand, fingertips brushing her jaw gently, not forcing her, just guiding her so she would really meet his eyes. "Hey, listen to me," he said softly. "You don't need to stress about kids right now. Let's just enjoy everything as it comes. Don't you still want to have fun, go out, travel, just spend time? Let people's questions pass like the wind. When you're ready, we'll plan it together. There's no deadline." Yin bit her lip. "But it feels like you don't want a child with me because you don't love me." The words came out broken. Her face dropped again. Jungkook blinked, surprised, brows lifting. "Why do you feel that way?" He leaned in. "Do you feel like I don't care enough? I thought I was trying. I'm warmer with you than with anyone. We're close all the time. We even do that. Are you saying all of that means nothing to you?" The question made Yin restless. She swallowed, honest despite the embarrassment. "You never say you love me." For a moment, the room went quiet. Then Jungkook exhaled, not heavy, just softening his edges. The corner of his mouth lifted. He reached out, smoothing Yin's hair and tucking a loose strand behind her temple. "No wonder," he murmured lightly, half teasing. "Some women get fooled by smooth talkers. People trust sweet words more than actions." His gaze gentled completely. "All right, if it'll ease your mind." He looked straight at her, unhurried. "I love you, Yin." A beat of silence, and then he repeated it, deeper, steadier. "I love you." Yin's shoulders dropped in relief. Her eyes shone, a little watery, and she gave a shy smile. "Really?" Her voice rasped. Jungkook nodded. "Really, if I didn't, why would I have agreed to our arrangement? Maybe at first I wasn't in love, just interested. But as we lived together and went through things, the love showed up." He laced their fingers, giving a short squeeze, the signal Yin knew by heart. "I'm here." "I might be stingy with words," he added, "but I'm not stingy about taking care of you." Yin smiled, a tiny leftover pout making it sweet. "Then, say it more often, okay? I want to hear it, a lot." "Okay." Jungkook said, even softer. If that's what you want, I'll say it every day. But let me keep proving it with what I do too. Yin nodded and shifted to rest on his shoulder. The tightness in her chest eased. Sorry, she whispered, for what I assumed. It's alright, Jungkook replied. What matters is that you sleep easily tonight. He pulled the blanket higher to make sure she was warm. Under the soft light, Yin closed her eyes, a smile still on her lips. The words she'd been waiting for finally had a voice, and all the care she'd felt now had a name. Right before drifting off, Yin breathed, barely audible, "Thank you, my husband." Jungkook smiled, leaned down, and pressed a warm kiss to her forehead. You're welcome, baby.